I admit, used to it being very hot here. You know, you come in your birthday, and your birthday's in August. Oh. Hey everybody, welcome back to 1 Minute Walking Tours. Now, anyone who knows anything about the Battle of Gettysburg or has heard about it a little bit from someone like me, usually you hear about the fighting on the second day. You hear about Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. You hear about a place called Little Round Top. I'm not going there. Just don't feel like I need to. The most valuable territory anywhere in the battle for Gettysburg, if this is the Union line, the famous fishhook, is this end up here, my thumb. That end is this hill. This is Cemetery Hill. And it's called that because, believe it or not, there's a cemetery on it. Now, the video that shows Soldiers National Cemetery that I shot, there's two cemeteries up there. There's Evergreen Cemetery. Now, that's the cemetery that was used for the town of Gettysburg, that was here at the time of the battle. And then Soldiers National Cemetery is built there. Now, you can see this is a very, rough area. There's this big open expanse here. You can make out, let's see where I can find it. Right there, there's hang on. It's Green Water Tower. Statues and guns up there. And right there, there's, I don't know if I'm pointing to it properly, the gatehouse. This whole area, this is the anchor. That's the end of, the strong end of the Union line. Now, on the evening of July 1st, that's Wednesday, July 1st, 1863, the fighting has not gone well for the Union line, for the Union Army. That's the Army of the Potomac. But Oliver Otis Howard, the man for whom Howard College is named, before he commits his men northwest of town, that's this way, he puts a brigade and artillery up on this hill and says, this is where we absolutely positively have to dominate. So with the men coming back through town, they already own this hill. So the fighting keeps going, because the fighting on the first day takes place in two phases. There's the morning, and then there's the evening or the afternoon. There's the gatehouse. Hang on, I'm not good at this. There we go. There's the gatehouse for the original cemetery. Anyway, there's the big, I don't know, you can't see it really. There's a big water tower out there. 8 o'clock, the sun has gone down. They have another 30 minutes of usable sunlight. A unit called the Louisiana Tigers, along with a unit from North Carolina. And I've mentioned North Carolina a number of times because despite being the Army of Northern Virginia, most of the units in the Army of Northern Virginia are from North Carolina. Most of the units in the Army of the Potomac are from New York. Doesn't really matter at this point. However, across this land where those woods are, those trees are right through there, all through this bottom land, right down through here. Those brigades, the North Carolinians and Louisianians, they're going to attack. They're going to try to get across this area, try to get up through this hill and attack and capture Cemetery Hill. They're pretty successful. They capture the guns at the top of that hill, and they're going to push up towards where I'm standing right now. This is called Stevens Knoll, named for green leaf tea. That's his name, Stevens, and his battery. Now, these aren't his guns. After the war, whenever the guns are decommissioned, they were given to the War Department, and the War Department ran Gettysburg National Park, Battlefield Park for, 2 decades, I think. I should know that, but I don't. So, they begin to open fire at 8 o'clock. As they can see, the Confederates, the rebels, moving out of these woods, the rebels turn, present their flank, that's their side, and they can fire into their side as they're maneuvering up along where that road is to try to capture Cemetery Hill. Now, the story of the Battle of Gettysburg for the Confederates there are no reinforcements. Even though they come very close to capturing this hill and getting into that road, into that area, right where this battery is, there is no one to follow them up. Again, it is Winfield Scott Hancock on the night of the 1st into the 2nd, as it is becoming too dark to fight at 9 o'clock at night. There's no daylight savings time. Just beyond where I am pointing, there's an entire Confederate division who has decided, led by a man named Rhodes, Robert Rhodes. He has decided it is too late to commit his men to attacking the other side of that hill. Oh, there it is. That's where the rebel attack begins. He has decided it is too dangerous to commit his men to an attack from that side of the hill, right over there, because they're going to be firing into their own men. Winfield Scott Hancock, who is not on this hill, rides over, brings an order for 2 brigades. That is 8 infantry regiments and theoretically 8,000 men. It is probably 4. They counterattack at 9 o'clock at night in the Civil War. Push the Louisianians back. They get fired at again, not only from this position, but from this position. This is Culp's Hill. Again, nothing's gained because they can't reinforce them. So, end of the day, things had gone very, very well for the Army of Northern Virginia, but there's no way for them to bring reinforcements. There's no way for them to capture that hill. And that's what the first day's fighting is about. That's what the second day's fighting is about. That's what the third day's fighting is about. They want to capture this hill because if they do it, the Union has to leave this hill. They have to leave that hill. Because if you can fire from this hill, which wasn't covered as trees as much, you have 2 choices. You can leave or you can attack again. So here on Stevens Knoll, again, a Greenleaf T. Stevens, was a man named John Chase. He was part of, this is their monument, the 5th Maine Artillery. John Chase was feverishly loading his gun. This is a smoothbore 12-pound Napoleon. Feverishly loading his gun. Well, we don't really know. Well, it's probably one of these. When he is putting an explosive shell into the muzzle, and kaboom, it goes off prematurely, blowing his right arm off, blowing his right eye out, and wounding him 48 more times. That man's dead, right? So they bring his body back here. They wait for the cart to come and collect his body. Cart comes, throws him in, throw a couple of other bodies in, and they're bringing him to the burial trench. We don't know where that is. Driver of the cart realizes he's alive, so they bring him to the hospital. That's the 12th Corps Hospital, I think. All right, so the doctors say, wait, he's gonna die. So hours go by before they realize he hasn't died. They operate, he survives the war. He goes on to be the host at the Gettysburg Cyclorama, not the one here at Gettysburg, but the one in Boston. He has a business card made which shows his wounded, amputated arm, his pockmarked body, and his missing eye. Every time he has to reapply for a pension from the government, he sends his business card showing his wounded body. Chase will be awarded the Medal of Honor, believe it or not for what happens to him here at Gettysburg, but for the battle that precedes Gettysburg, the Battle of Chancellorsville. And the damnedest thing is, a single shrapnel wound to the brain, to the chest, will kill untold people here at Gettysburg. But not John Chase. John Chase will survive traumatic amputation, shrapnel to the body and head. Just makes you think, I guess. When it's your time, it's your time. So thank you for watching 1 Minute Walking Tours. Please like and subscribe. We'll go new places, do new things together. Thank you for watching our Gettysburg edition, and we'll see you here soon.